Brothers, oh brothers, my days here are done. The Dornishman's taken my life. But what does it matter, for all men must die. And I've tasted the Dornishman's wife. I've tasted the Dornishman's wife.
Hey everyone, welcome to another new video. This video is about a very plausible fan theory about everyone's favorite sellsword, Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. A good friend of mine came up with this theory, and now he's here with me to break it down for you.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Camo Shadow here, and if you've never heard of me, it's because I'm like the faceless men of Bravos, baby. I am no one, only just not as cool. This is my YouTube debut, and I want to thank Darth Ares for having me. I want to talk about my favorite character of the Game of Thrones show that's still alive at the time of this recording. That character is none other than Sir Bronn of the fucking Blackwater. I want to talk about the mystery surrounding him. Where did he come from? What is his last name? How did a low-level sellsword learn to fight like that? And what will happen to him at the end of Season 8? Also, I'd like to say, I don't know that anybody else has been talking about this. This is just something I kind of stumbled upon while Darth Ares and I were talking about this. So, I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope I don't disappoint Darth Ares too much.
Of course, if you're watching this video, then I'm going to assume that you are caught up with the show. If you're not caught up with the show, then you should probably click out by now, because there are going to be spoilers.
Given everything that we know and have seen from Bronn, and also the way George R.R. Martin writes, it is my personal belief that he's either a deserter of the Night's Watch or a wildling that got south of the Wall. Probably more likely the brother of the Night's Watch, but whatever, it's just a theory.
What is very clear about Bronn is that he is a skilled sellsword that has been all over Westeros. In Season 1, he plays a drinking game with Tyrion and Shae, and in that drinking game, Tyrion guesses correctly that he has been north of the Wall. When asked why he was there, Bronn shrugs it off and simply replies, work.
You've been north of the Wall.
What brought you up there?
Work.
That statement, I think, says a lot. What the hell was a common cutthroat doing north of the Wall? Let's say some highborn lord or lady offered Bronn some gold to go kill someone, and he tracked his target down to the Wall. Wouldn't that be sufficient enough for the lord or lady? Maybe not enough to pay the cutthroat his full reward, but good enough for the target is either taken the black and is now untouchable, or is at the end of the world and is likely going to be the dinner for the Thens. I'm just saying it's a bit fishy.
Also in Season 1, Bronn said something else a bit suspicious.
Do tell.
When Lady Stark, Sir Roderick, Bronn, and Tyrion make their way to the Eyrie, Tyrion comments saying that the castle isn't impregnable, and Bronn chimes in saying,
"Give me 10 good men and some climbing spikes. I'll impregnate the bitch."
That statement may not have meant anything to the audience when it was said, but later on in Season 3, Jon was living with the Free Folk and he made the climb up the Wall. Jon made that climb with a band of small fighting men and some climbing spikes. It would make sense to me that Bronn would have some experience in the realm of scaling up huge wall faces, if he was either a man of the Night's Watch looking to get away without anybody noticing.
In Season 1, Tyrion had a conversation in the Chow Hall at Castle Black with Yoren. They were talking about the normal things men like to talk about, such as killing bears, strange meals, women, etc. During that conversation, Benjen interjected and asked if the men of the Night's Watch was a joke to him.
The Night's Watch is a joke to you, is it? Is that what we are, Lannister? An army of jesters in black?
We don't have enough men to be an army, and aside from Yoren here, none of you are particularly funny.
I hope we provided you with some good stories to tell when you're back in King's Landing. It's something to think about while you're drinking your wine down there. Enjoying your brothels.
The Lannisters, just like most of the Southern Lords in Westeros, do not have a good opinion of the Night's Watch.
Sword for the wall.
I already have one.
Good man. Have you swung it yet?
Of course I have.
At someone, I mean. Strange thing, first time you cut a man. Realize we're nothing but sacks of meat and blood and some bone to keep it all standing. Let me thank you ahead of time. You're guarding us all from the perils beyond the wall. Wildlings and White Walkers and whatnot. We're grateful to have good, strong men like you protecting us.
We've guarded the kingdoms for 8,000 years.
Is it we already? Have you taken your vows then?
Soon enough.
Give my regards to the Night's Watch. I'm sure it will be thrilling to serve in such an elite force. And if not, it's only for life.
This is another breadcrumb that I think our boy George put in his writing. Given his style of writing, it would make sense to me that the great Lord Tyrion Lannister, and later on even Jaime, would owe a life debt to a disgraced member of the Night's Watch.
In Season 4, Tyrion once again needed a champion for his trial by combat for his apparent killing of King Joffrey. Tyrion tried to entice Bronn with a huge chunk of northern land with a large castle.
You once said, if anyone ever asked me to sell you out, you'd double their price.
Is it 2 wives you want, or 2 castles?
One of each you do. But if you want me to kill the mountain for you, it better be a damn big castle.
I'm a bit short on castles at the moment, but I can offer you gold in gratitude.
I have gold. What can I buy with gratitude?
You might be surprised. A Lannister always pays his debts.
Your sister's a Lannister too.
My wife is heir to Winterfell. If I emerge from this with my head still on my shoulders, I may one day rule the North in her name. I could carve you out a big piece of it.
If and may and could. It's bloody cold up north. Lollis is soft and warm and close. If I gave you the choice between fucking Lollis and fighting the mountain, you'd have your britches down and your cock up before I could blink.
Does he frighten you so much?
I'd be a bloody fool if he didn't frighten me. He's freakish big and freakish strong. And quicker than you'd expect for a man of that size. Maybe I could take him. Dance around until he's so tired of hacking at me, he dropped his sword. Get him off his feet somehow. But one misstep, and I'm dead. Why should I risk it?
Because you're my friend.
Aye, I'm your friend. And when have you ever risked your life for me? I like you. Pampered little shit that you are. I just like myself more.
I understand.
Obviously, Bronn declined. If Bronn had decided to stand in for Tyrion and beat the mountain, Tywin would likely not have been killed. And with Tywin being the mastermind that we all knew very well, he probably would have gotten Sansa back into Lannister custody. All of these factors indicate that Bronn would have likely received all of the items promised in Tyrion's proposal.
I know we're projecting a little bit, but just think about it for a minute. If Bronn was a disgraced member of the Night's Watch, it makes sense that he would not want land, a castle, or a wife from a powerful northern family, because it would likely be that someone would recognize him. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but if you've made it this far in the video, then maybe we tickled your fancy just a little bit.
As far as what happens to Bronn at the end of the story, I'm thinking he will finally get his castle, assuming they win the fight against the dead. Which castle? How perfect would it be if he received the twins? Obviously the Freys are gone, and it would be so great to see a beloved fan favorite take over the twins.
Well, that's it for today's video, everybody. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate Darth Ares for having me on. What a debut, am I right? Everyone have a good rest of your night. Sleep tight, Vala Mogulis, and remember, the night is dark and full of terrors.
Thank you for watching this fan theory. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.